Welcome to the Feel Loose Stretch session. This session has been designed to give you an advantage. So now that you're training like a boss, we're going to recover like one too. Start for a little shake with me. Little shake, flat feet, not fat feet, flat feet. And we're giving a shake, we're getting loose. Whatever's going on in the day, we're letting it go. This session is called Feel Loose, so let's get loose. I promise you by the end of this, your body's going to feel great. It's going to feel loose. It's going to be working for you. Just keep shaking. Soft eyebrows, soft jaw. Let's keep our left foot on the floor. Pick up the right leg. Give it a little shake. Give it a little shake. Where's it going? Give it a little shake. Now the left leg. Give it a little shake. Oh, balance. Give it a little shake. Give it a little shake. Yeah, that's it. Loose. Loose. Where's it going? Okay, back to normal. Both feet on the floor. Just go for 5 seconds more. Make sure those shoulders and the neck. Woo. It's nice and loose. Okay, if you can grab a cushion or a yoga block, something we can put between our legs as we're going to go do a little bit of breathing. But this time, we're going to use a block or anything like this, cushion, pillow, that we can squeeze against to engage our pelvic floor muscles. So lie down for me. Okay, watch me for one. I'm going to breathe in, trying to really expand my ribs, breathing from my nose, and as I breathe out, I posterior pelvic tilt, cat of the spine, and I squeeze the block. This hopefully will help me draw in, engage a bit more as I breathe out, zip in, find a zip up my tummy to try and pull this in. Okay? If you haven't got a block, that's no worries. You don't need it. You don't have to have it. Let's go for 10 breaths, me and you. So let's breathe in, tilt, squeeze, pull the belly button to the spine. Make the tummy disappear. Big breaths. That's it. Everything out. Everything out. Fully in. And then tilt, squeeze, let it go. Getting massive amounts of oxygen. You get much more for bigger, slower breaths. Tilt, breathe out, than you do with short, often breaths. I'm going to go 5 more. Two more. See if you can really feel it now. Pull that in, pull that in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. One more. Try and feel that connection. Great. Pop this to one side. Some of the strongest pelvic floor recorded are with Olympic lifters, the people who can get the most weight above their heads. So see it something for everybody, for male and females. We're going to roll down, arch up, go after our spines. Nice and loose. We're rolling down and then we lift our head, our chin, look up to the sky, arch up. Roll down, arch up. We'll go for 10, of which that is 1. That's it. We're after loose. Find the looseness in that spine. Make sure the mid back, the upper back, it's all rolling down. That's it. Head goes first. It leads us down and it lifts us up. See my knees, they're bending. I'm going to call that 6, 7. Still got my breath. 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. We're going to go the other way now. This should be really easy, but just stay for the maximum kind of range. This time I'm going to arch down, and then my hip will be the first thing that lifts. Hip, roll up, and if you can see, I can get a little bit of extension in the back. Come with me for 10. That's it, open my chest, dive. That's it. Soft spines, lovely spines. We're gonna be young spines. That's it. Loose, loose, loose. 2 more. Last one. And roll up. Okay, let's hit the deck. We're going to go hips to hamstrings. So my foot, I like to put my hands inside, and my foot is where it will be at the end of range of squats. I've got a really low squat motion going on in here. And I'm just going to sit there and sink for a bit. Maybe some circles. So I'm here. I've got my back leg down, as you can see, because I'm really just trying to get into this right here. One side, easy does it, easy does it. We're just trying to soften. Maybe take that elbow to the floor too. That's it, we're just trying to soften. We're not trying to fight. This should be good work. You know, easy work. You know, we've got to put a little bit into it. A little bit of time, a little bit of effort. But we're soft. It's not like training. And now let's take the hip back. Just watch me for 1. I'm going to come here. I'm going to take my hip back, stretch my hamstring, and then go forwards again. Let's do 5 of them. This is 1. Keep with the breathing. 2. Just trying to floss. 3. 4. And we'll stay back for a 5 count on the last one. For 5, 4, 3. Little twist if you want to. And 1. Bring it back. Yeah, good. Let's swap that over. I'm going to go with my right leg. My right leg up. So this session won't take us long, but it's a really good thing to do to start the day, lunchtime to end the day. Speaking of end the day, sit into this hip. How's your sleeping? Sleep is so important. If you want to know more, check out a lovely book, an amazing, it's an audio book by Dr. Matthew Walker, Why We Sleep. It's actually quite entertaining, but it tells you so much awesome information about sleeping. And as a result, let's keep sitting into the hip, you will prioritize sleep. That's it, elbow down. Maybe a bit more than you do. You may already be really good, but we really, really, really do want to aim for 8 hours of quality sleep. So we get deep sleep and we get REM sleep. Let's take that hip back. And maybe track it for a bit, your sleep, and make sure you're getting those 2 things. Deep and REM. All right. Last one. We're going to come back and 5 count again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back. So sleep. It's the number 1. LeBron James always says it's his number 1 recovery, number 1 for everything. All right, let's take a seat. And I'm going to take my right hand down. I've got a soft elbow, so the elbow can come down, but I'm going to reach up and over. I'm really going to try and open all of my side body. Can you feel it? You've got to be active. You've got to actively reach. It's not a case of flopping over. I want to reach. So let's stay there for 5. Reach, open chest. 4. Trying to keep my left bum cheek down 2. So this is down 3, 2. Oh, there it is. And 1. And let's swap that over. Oh, this side. That's it. And if you can sink to your elbow. But this bum cheek has got to stay down for 3, 2, and 1. One more time. Let's just swap over. Opening up that side body. And swap last time. Reach, reach, reach. Can you feel those ribs? Your obliques pulling from your hip. Oh, that's For me, that is awesome. Okay, let's go to a bear sit. You probably noticed. Bear sit here. Let's just roll in the legs 10 times. Here we go. Internal rotation, bring it back. That's external rotation. I'm going to call that 3. Got a big chest, hands behind me. 4. Just nice and easy today. 5, 6. We're greasing all those joints, making sure everything's working for us. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Cool. Maybe just take these in and out a couple of times together to see how they feel. How much internal rotation do we have together? And then pop them out. One more. In and out. Cool. Back to the feet. Let's have a little forwards fold. So we're literally just going to drop down, loose again. I'm not fighting. I've got soft knees. You know, it doesn't matter if your knees are straight, but I'm going for soft knees. Because for me, this is the lower back. So often people say, oh, hamstrings, hamstrings, hamstrings. For me, it's right here. Muscle, particularly, and for me, the QL is a bit tight. So I'm just going to come here. You can cross your arms and just float to the side. I'm going to give a little pull on this side to just try and release that QL a little bit. All the time I'm breathing, I'm thinking soft. I'm not trying to force anything. I'm just folding forwards. I'm enjoying this. It's not hard work, it's just good work. Love into the body. Another 5 seconds. Just sink. Just sink. Let go. Great. Now let's slowly roll up. Shoulders back and down. We're going to go into a pigeon. If you've got a block or a cushion again, we can use it. No problem if you don't. It's not really going to affect you too much. I like to put this under my knee, something under my knee, just to take off a little bit of the external rotation to make sure I can get this line, and hopefully I will see this line. I want this line here, rather than let it fold in like this, you know, so it's from here, if I can show you here, from here to here, the difference between here to here, more hip compression, here, more glute, more piriformis, which is what I want to do. I want to release all of that behind me. So I put my knee onto the block. I like to clamp my hand in. You do this how you want. This is the pigeon stretch. And now I've got this big space behind me, and I'm just going to sink into it. I'll show you what I mean from the side. By getting this going on the block or a cushion, a pillow, just creates a little bit more space for me to just almost like metaphorically sit into. I'm not trying to force it down. I'm just sinking. Sinking. The bum. I'm still pretty even in my hips. Obviously, the left foot's driving back. And if you want to come down, whatever you do here, that's cool with me. But we're just going to stay there for a bit and try and really feel that bum. I want you to be a little bit perhaps more active than you've been. So I want you to think about driving the knee into the block or the cushion or the floor, and then just think about lengthening right here so I can feel that. We'll just hang for another 10. It's good. As I said, I love doing sessions like this. I can feel everything letting go. I know I'm going to be awesome after. You know, stretching should be a bit more fun. Okay, a bit more targeted. So I'm going back onto the block on the other leg. Doesn't matter if you haven't got a block. I'm going to face you actually. See how you're doing. Okay. I hope you're doing good. I'm sitting into that block. I've now on my left leg, my left knee on the block. I'm just hanging out here. I can sink forwards. I can keep a big chest. Whatever I need. I'm just trying to find that space. I'm literally looking. I'm looking to see if I can feel something in my left bum cheek. So it corresponds left knee, left bum cheek. And starting to feel it. I'm having to drive through my knee a little bit because this side's looser for me. Just another 5. Going on a long car journey, 20 minutes, that's all this is. You know you're going to be in better place. All right, that's our pigeon. So we're going to look at our hip flexors here and how I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my left leg forwards. I'm going to put my hands onto my knee and I'm going to find length. I do not want to collapse here. I want to keep my lumbar spine, my lower back, long. And now I'm trying to drive my knee into the floor to find space here. You can do the couch stretch. We did that in one of the sessions. That's probably for me better than this. I really love the couch stretch, as you probably heard. But this is good here. See, I can feel this area here. So I'm going to have to, I need to lean forwards. I can. And I'm going to stay there, find length. Maybe adjust the angles again. Look for where you feel this here. Don't want to feel it in here, in my lower back. I want to keep tall. I want as little compression as I can. I want to decompress and stay long. This is why I use my hands to push off, grow off. And I really feel this here now. That's it. And now let's just walk our knee in a little bit and let's see how far forwards this knee will come. Keeping the foot on the floor. This can be a problem when squatting. This thing here, talus. But often there can be a bony block, so it may be that yours just won't go anywhere. Could be you've been wearing a lot of high heels and stuff like that. But let's try and just get into that for a little bit. You can put a little bit of weight into it and maybe just try and break some of that tissue, soften the tissue in there so you've got a bit more range to take your knees over your toes. Let's go other side. Right leg forwards, left leg back. I'm now going after this hip. Find as much length as I can. Yeah, I can feel that right in there. This is a problem area for me. It might not be so much for you, so you might just need a little bit more fine tuning to find it, a little bit more exploring. But I'm growing. Remember, not here. Breathing. Got it? That's it. Feel free to play with the areas. Come up if you need to. Posterior pelvic tilt. Find the length there. Drive the knee into the floor. And then drop. Cool. And now let's take this right knee forward. See, this one comes more forward to me. My knees over my toes. You can always measure this against the wall by putting how far your toes are away from a wall and can the knee touch the wall. But your knee can go over your toes. But during our lunges, our squats, we haven't really focused on that. We're trying to activate more hamstrings, more glutes, because quads are often pretty much in action anyway. Speaking of the squat, come to your feet. We're going to do a little squat and we're going to go as low as we can. On this occasion, I don't mind if we go low. You need some magazines under your heels or whatever to prop you up a little bit so we can get low. Not a problem. But I'm going to go, because I'm nice and warm now, I've done everything I can. I'm going to sit here in my squat, but I'm going to come straight up again. Do it with me. We're going to go 3 times and we'll stay on the third one. Let's go again. Where are we going? What does it feel like? What's blocking us off? Down we go. Sit there for a second, maybe a couple of bounces, and let's come back up. And then last time, and we're going to stay there on this last one. Down we go. We're going to hang out. So as I said, if you need a little bit, your dorsiflexion isn't good, prop up your ankles. Or if you're here, that's okay. But if you can, this is the ideal. Sit all the way down and find your chest. Think of an Olympic lifter doing a snatch with their knees way over their toes, while at the bottom of a squat, they've got all this weight up them and then above their heads. Just hanging here for a bit. But as I said, horses for courses. We're looking to get more hamstring, more glute, safety first. Enjoy it. As you can see, put a little bit of weight, a little sway, side to side, rock forwards and back. Tip your head towards the floor. Just hanging out here, another 10 seconds. the challenge for you.
Your squat. Think of a child. They hang out at the bottom of a squat with ease. So why shouldn't you?
Come on up. We're supposed to be there. So hanging out there isn't a bad place. That's a good place. I would love you to grab a stick or a band, so we can do some shoulder dislocates. So feel free to pause and grab it, stick or band, because I want to do some shoulder dislocates. My ribs locked down. I take my arms around my body. I try to keep my body as still as possible. This is great for opening up those things should they be a little tight in your cars, in the mobility session, or you have trouble getting your hands over your head without going to your spine. Let's keep rolling through this. Again, we're trying to soften the tissue in our shoulder blades. These things here, that's it at the back of us. We're trying to soften. Don't fight it. Start wide, work your way in. And maybe a little shrug and a shrug. A few more. A little shrug. I'm going to go 2 more. If your neck's starting to hurt, shake it out. Or get tight, I should say. Great. But this is opening up our pecs. It's a really, really good one for opening up our pecs. We're now going to try and open up our shoulders, our lats a bit more. So I'm going to use these pads here. But if you've got a chair, a bench, anything, you'll see what I mean. I'm literally now going to take my palms and make sure my palms are all the way on, a little bit of wrist too, all the way on. It's really important, that bit. All the way on here. I'm taking my hips back. I've now got this big space for my chest to sink into, and I'm letting it sink. I'm softening. I'm in anterior pelvic tilt like the cow, and I'm just sinking. Whoa. Just come with me, stay there and breathe. Stay down there. We're going to stay down here for 30 seconds. Just feel those lats, your shoulders, keeping straight arms if you can, sink. And maybe think about length as well, still sending your hands and your butt away. So you're not getting shorter, you're getting longer, but your chest is going through your arms. Breathe, soften, feel loose. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on out. That's pretty intense, eh? So feel free to practice that one. If you want to go for another set or 2, there's always the pause button. I'm going to lie down like this, what I would call a T or crucifix position. I'm going to lie down completely on my front, and we're going to go into some scorpions. On here, I like to take my leg. Let's go left leg so you can see it a bit better. Watch this. I'm going up first. Can you see my thigh bone is lifting off my knee? I go up first, and then I rotate, keeping my chest down towards my foot. I bring it back. I come back the way I came. I'm going to go the other leg. Can you see again? I lifted first. I found my bum. I opened up. And then I came over. Let's go 10. Cool? 1. 2. 3. Don't force anything, but do go exploring. 4. Halfway. How's that feeling for you? Cross the spine. One more. All right. Just going to give a little. I call this a seal when my hands are turned out. I'm still finding some length. All right, take the hips back into a little child's pose. Wiggle, wiggle. One more stretch. We're going to stay with this position and really go after the chest and some muscles at the back now. A T position, I'm going to, from here, bring my left hand in, and I'm going to rotate myself so I'm looking towards you. My chest is now towards you. If I can, my foot's going to come behind my right leg. So this is my left leg, behind, flat, and then I'm going to take my hand up and just reach it back. Driving this right shoulder into the floor. Drive it. Hang here for a bit. It may be that your hands can go all the way back. That is awesome. Well done if that's the case. I'm jealous. But we're coming here, opening up that shoulder, the chest. I can feel this in my rhomboids as well, which are the muscles in between my shoulder blades. Woo. 5, 4, force it a little bit more. 3, force is definitely the wrong word. 2, 1. Good. And come down. Oh, a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm going to come around the other side just so you can see me, but you're literally just going to roll that in. So I'm pulling the right hand in to my chest, like a press up, and then pushing myself open. Okay, so now my hips open and my hand opens. Breathing, 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 breathing. This is an awesome little stretch session. You're going to feel loose. We've done everything in a logical order to soften, soften, soften. And as the stretches become a little more intense, you're soft for those stretches. It's not like we're just slamming into it. Another 5 seconds. Maybe reach back a bit more. 3, 2, 1. Down. Oh, I love a little wiggle, wiggle. Again, I'm going to take myself up into my seal. The reason why I call it seal is my fingers are turned to 3 and 9. Always long neck, always shoulders down. Drive the hips into the floor, and then let's take those hips back into the child's pose and wiggle, wiggle. A couple of breaths. Great. That is you hopefully feeling loose. How do you feel now? How does the shake feel to the first time? We've opened up so many muscles. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel loose. You've now got an advantage. We're recovering like a boss. See you for the next Built to Last session.